Alright, so we are in much need of sound now. So let's go ahead and start this up. Of course, in order to make sound, we're going to need to have sound. So let's go to the asset store. If you click, you see I did some research beforehand to see if we have anything. I haven't tested it out yet, so we're going to have to do this together. We go over here, we go down to, you hit this arrow right here where all assets is at. Hit that arrow right there. Go to audio. You want to go to right there, you just click on audio itself. You want to go to price, and we're going to set the price to 0 because we're not paying anything for this. Although I do recommend, like, sound effects is one of the most effective uses of money you can do. It's like you see those prices right there. Like, look at this. I go up to $182 right there. $32 or $40 if you don't have a Plus Pro membership, which is normal. Or $40 here, and these have a lot of sounds inside of them. Pro Sound Collection, any of these, like, you buy one of these things, you're gonna have and you can go in there of course and look at what they have. There's enough sounds in most of these to do everything that you need for the most part, especially during a prototype phase, and you can always buy new sounds later that have more. But just these right here, any of these 3 sound collections right here have a lot of sounds inside of them, so it's literally one of the most effective uses of money. 2D art's also something you can do a lot with. You can do a lot with just free 2D art. So 2D art and sounds are the 2 things I would say have enough out there for free and or for cheap, where it's almost cost effective to do it. But anyways, we're gonna go to free because we're just not gonna mess with that right now. Footsteps is what we're gonna go ahead and use right now. We're gonna go ahead and install that inside of here. So we're gonna hit the download button, and once that is finished, it's going to bring up this import function right here. We're gonna import it all. Now we're running on Grass for the most part, so we're gonna be looking at mostly the Grass sounds. We're going to find one that we like, and we're going to set it up on the player. Now, in order for our sound to work, you need to have an audio listener and you have to have an audio source. Those are the 2 big things here, right? Audio listener, of course, listens just like your ear does. So if it is if a source goes off within the range of the listener, it happens. It'll make more sense as you see this. Now, automatically, the camera has an audio listener on it, right? So if you look over here, this camera actually has one on it, and so basically if it's happening within range of the camera, it's going to happen. You're going to hear the sound, right? But you can also add it to different things if you needed to. You can just add it to the player itself if you want. There's all sorts of different ways to go about it, but camera's pretty common practice. So if we go here in the player, we're going to add onto him an audio source. We're going to find a clip here. If you click this button right here, all the clips that we just downloaded will be in there. You can go ahead and just put them in there. I'm actually going to go and listen to them though. So footsteps, steps, single sound is all we need. We're going to go to Grass. Let's just start playing these. So if you literally just click on one of them, you'll be able to hit the play button over here on the right. Alright, I can't really find an exact sound file that I really like, but I think I'm going to just stick with 26. They're all fine for making something like this. We're going to go ahead and go down to where we put the audio listener. We're going to drag over number 26 because that's what I decided to stick with. And then we're going to go over here and we can mess with the pitch a bit. I'm going to actually turn that bad boy up a bit so we can hear it. And we're going to go ahead and loop and play on awake so that we can just hear it when we're playing the game here. So as you can hear, again, that nice little cartoony sound. If I mess with the pitch and go back to where it was, you hear how it's it sounds too low for a cartoony game. That's about right. 2 sounds about right. But then yeah, 3 sounds pretty good. So maybe 2.5. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Maybe we'll just stick with that. 2.5, right? So let's do that. So we're gonna do 2.5. I've decided for the pitch, right? 2.5, and that's how you can kind of make it a little bit more cartoony and stuff, right? It doesn't need to be very realistic because it's, very cartoony looking game. So we're going to take off play on awake and we're going to take off loop because we don't want neither of those things to happen. Loop means that it keeps on playing on repeat like you heard. Play on awake means that it plays as soon as the character appears or anything like that. We don't want neither of those things to happen. So we're going to go over here to our scripting language. we're gonna go all the way up to the top. We're gonna go over here to, and we're gonna make a new variable. Again, fun times, right? We're gonna go private audio source, and we're gonna go footstep. Now, the thing is, if you want to have more than one audio source inside of here, if you have multiple audio that you want to use with the player, you're not going to want just, you're not going to want to do it this way. Because if we use the start function right here, and we go footstep equals get component, you know, our normal routine here, and we go audio source, and we go like that. If we just do that, and there's multiple audio sources on the player, in other words, there's multiple sounds that we're using, like a death sound or a hurt sound or all those things, you're not going to want to do it this way. You're going to want to set it up as a serialized field, or you might even want to set it up as an array, which you might not know how to do that. And in that case, either way, you're going to want to serialize it so you can make each sound work how you want to work. So you can assign the right sound, you can play the right sound at the right time, you know, so forth. But for now, we're only going to be using one sound on our player because we don't really care. And we're gonna have this set it for the footstep, and we're gonna create a whole function for this to go on this. And actually, I'm kind of curious if you guys can do this. So like maybe we should have a quick little challenge here where we have you set it up so the player, while he's running at the right timing, is making a footstep sound. All right, I'm sure a lot of you were completely lost on this. But in case you need a hint, I'm going to give you a hint before you can retry the challenge real quick. And that hint is you should be using an animation event. All right, so we're going to go over here. We're going to make private. We're going to do void, and we're going to go footstep, right? For the footstep sound, right? And we're going to go footstep.play. Now, a lot of you probably didn't know this function, but all you had to do was go footstep and then put dot and then look through all the functions here really quick. You're like audio, you could just look through here and kind of figure out like what you need. You're like, oh, this doesn't make sense. I don't want to get anything. Oh, well, you know, there's a pause and there's a play button. That sounds about right. You could have did that way. You could have also gone to the Unity API like I've shown before on here, which I'll pull up one more time. Literally, you just Google Unity API like this, right? And it'll pull it up first. And if you go over here to Unity API, you'll end up seeing all the stuff that they have on here. If you put search, you can play audio source, and it'll pull up the information that you need. Extremely slow, apparently. And there you go. See, we got an audio source all of a sudden, and we're good to go. And there's all the scripting. You can switch between the manual, where they'll give you more like different kinds of instructions on like the inspector and stuff. But a lot of times you're gonna need the scripting version. Both of them are right underneath where the title is. And they'll even show you like all the functions and stuff, and you just kind of look through it, and you're like, oh, plays the clip. That's what you need to know, right? If you just look through it. Anyway, so you have footstep.play, you put the semicolon after that, and now this will play that audio for you as soon as you run that function. Now nothing's running that function right now, so if we go into the player right here, and we're gonna go window, animation, and then we'll go over here and we'll go to where we have the run animation. We're just gonna run it up at the top actually. We're gonna try to look here to see when we want a footstep sound to be playing. So like right there, for instance, do we want a footstep to be playing right away? That would look about right. And then maybe right here as well. Yeah, because that's about where you're hitting the floor right there. And then once again right there, I think, right? So right away right here, that looks like about maybe even just like right here. So we'll put one right here. We're gonna say footstep. And then, so like that foot's hitting, then it's leaving the ground, you're up in the air, and then your foot's hitting again right there. So event, and we'll say footstep there. Then from there, kind of don't really need anything, right? Because like after that point, this is actually when you're leaving the ground right here. So then we're gonna hit again right there. Okay, that looks pretty good. We're gonna exit this. We don't really need to have it. And then we're gonna go test it out. We hit the play button. How's it sound to you guys? I'm thinking it's still not the greatest sound. You can hear like background noise inside of the sound file, which is low sound quality, but it's better than nothing for sure. Maybe I'll actually try turning up that pitch one more time. So let's go over here into the player. Let's mess with it and turn up the pitch to this. Maybe we'll turn down the volume of it a little bit, because right now it's pretty overwhelming in terms of a sound effect, I guess. So about that. All right, that looks pretty good, I guess. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna copy this component. And anytime you make a change, remember it goes away once you get out of play mode. You're gonna do paste component values, and it'll save your changes on there. Not bad. Alright, so now we've learned how to put some sound effects on there, hook them up to some animation events. If you liked the video, please hit that like button below, hit that subscribe button with the bell notification so you can get notified whenever I'm uploading new videos just like this one. Also, if you can give me some feedback, let me know what you want, what you don't want, yada yada. I'm really thinking, like, my second video series is, like, I'm 99% certain that I'm making a Castlevania video series right now. I'm probably even almost done with it by the time this video is out. But the feedback that you give me will help me to make my third video series for sure. So please just let me know down below what you would like, how you would like it, blah blah blah. Thank you so much for being here and and just watching my video, taking the time, especially because we're like 30 or so videos in at this point. So you've been with me for a while, and I'm really grateful for you spending that time with me. Time's very precious, and you don't have to choose to spend your time there. There's a lot of free stuff out there that you could be looking at right now. So thank you. I hope you have a great day. Bye.